Around here. And that we have round one of our
Good morning, everyone. It's Sid with SVTPerformance.com. I'm in Norwalk, Ohio at Summit Motorsports Park. Got the NMRA 25th anniversary going on, and we got the Bronco Raptor here, towed the camper from South Carolina to Ohio. Going to be putting this thing out on the track today. Not really in a competitive sense, other than just being competitive with myself, because since the last time we ran it, we've added the SVD downpipes. We of course have the Whipple tune, Whipple intercooler. I want to see what it's going to run. We ran a 13.9 last time out without the SPD downpipes. That picked us up a little bit of horsepower, so there should be a somewhat of a difference. But I also think I can launch it better now. I've sort of figured out RPM I think will work better. So we're going to play around with our settings and just set up in general and try to get this launched out of the hole a little bit better. I think it'll do somewhat better. I'm hoping for a 13.8. If I could knock a 10th off, I would be happy. But who knows? Air's pretty good right now, so depending on when we get out today, we could have some really good air. We could even drop below a 13.8, which would be spectacular. So we'll see how that goes. We're going to have a lot of videos coming from this event because we, of course, have the SVT 30th anniversary reunion over in the car show area. We're going to be checking that out. So if you want to see all the event coverage, you know what to do. Do all the YouTube stuff. Subscribe, like, all that. If you want to see the Raptor, stay tuned on this video. A little bit later in the day, we're going to run her.
And we have our quad runs here. And then we have round one of our
Well, it's about 24 hours later. We only managed to get 2 runs in yesterday. We had a lot going on because SVT Performance was hosting the 30th anniversary SVT reunion in the car show area. So I had to spend a lot of time over there and then listening for the calls for when we could actually run this thing. Only got 2 runs in, but they were pretty good ones. I actually had to come down here this morning to the big end of the track so I could find a quiet place to film this. Got a bunch of GT500s all pitted together over here, but pretty nice area. I really like this track. So our previous best, this is probably not going to show up on camera, but you can go back to the other video where we were running in Darlington, was a 1393 at 98.06 miles an hour. I was still figuring out the launch at that point. That was not my best launch, but it was my best time. That time out we got 3 runs. The other ones were in the 14-second range. I always felt that there was a 13.8 in this thing with the setup that it had at Darlington. That was before we did the SPD downpipes, but it was with the Whipple tuner and the Whipple intercooler. So the second run out here proved I was pretty much right. We did a 1387 compared to the Mustang. It was a GT500 in the lane beside me. This guy was probably crapping his pants up until about the 330 when he actually managed to get past me. But we launched a lot harder than he did. Had a 194 60-foot time compared to a 204 on the previous best, so we definitely picked up there and went to a 1387 at 96.65 miles an hour. So we lost speed but picked up ET. Big reason for that, it was like 81, 82, so like 20 degrees warmer than that previous Darlington run. And that's the video that I've rolled in through here that's the one I managed to get filmed. The other one had somebody in the stands filming me, and their camera failed, so I don't have video of that run. But that was the first run that we made earlier in the day, and check this thing out. I was not expecting this. So the only change that's been made since that previous best in Darlington, the newer best 1387, or 1388, yeah, 1388, which I knew it had in it. But earlier in the day, we made a run when it was a little bit cooler, and check this out. Same 1.960 foot time. We're 1/100th better, but look at that mile an hour and ET. 1356 at almost 99 miles an hour. So dropped 0.3, picked up a mile an hour. I mean, this thing's putting in some work for a 5,800 pound SUV with essentially 3 power mods. You know, intake, I mean, not even an intake, an intercooler, a tune, both of those from Whipple, and SPD downpipes with the Jesse Cats. You can pick all that stuff up from 5 Star Tuning. That's where we've been installing and doing all the testing on that kind of stuff. But that's it. And this thing is a low to mid 14-second vehicle fast. So if you think about it, we've knocked almost reliably a second off the ET with 3 mods, and you can absolutely feel it. It's an enormous difference. I don't know how else to put it. On the track, the shifts are firm. Everything's just rocking and rolling. It's 93 octanes all we're running. I mean, we towed their No Boundaries camper up to this track from South Carolina with it, so over 500 miles of towing, then running it on track, and we're going to tow it back to South Carolina after this. So really, really impressive. I can't wait to see what else comes out. I know we're talking to a manufacturer about a cold air intake for it. I would definitely like to try some, like an E30 blend. Supposedly there's some headroom in the Whipple tune to take advantage of that. So not only would it be higher than, would an E30 blend be higher than 93 octane, but DI engines love ethanol fuels because of the cooling effect in the cylinder. So it allows you to run a little bit more timing, and that's just going to make way more power on the top end. So I want to play with that. We'll probably get back home and try that in Darlington. I mean, that's basically our home track, either Darlington or Rockingham. They're basically equidistant from my home. But it's the South, and it's June, so it's going to be hot. We're not going to be able to make those hero runs when 60-degree weather or something like that, you know, negative TA. But I've had a lot of fun with this. I enjoy taking stuff down the track, even though it's a Bronco Raptor. It's not really meant for it. It's a ton of fun. So that's basically it. I was blown away when I got this ticket and saw this. I was not expecting, I was thinking maybe a 13.7, but to go from a 13.8, which I figured it would do, to a 13.5, I mean, that's speaks for itself. So I'm super impressed. The SPD downpipes sound great. They're obviously putting in some work on the track. What more can you say? We'll add more parts and keep doing it. If you guys want to follow along, head over to SVTPerformance.com. I'll post the time slips over there and some pictures and all that kind of stuff. A little bit more background and story, and link the other videos and everything over there. I'll put a link in the description below to our previous video. And everything's on the channel. So if you want to see the progression of all these mods, just go back on the channel and see all the dyno runs. The thing's making some serious power now, especially for just the mods that it has, as mild as they are. It's all there on the channel, so, you know, do the YouTube stuff, like, share, subscribe, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I hate saying that at the end of every video, but then I look at the analytics, and something like 90% of you people who are watching this are not subscribed. So, you know, hit that button. It helps. But we'll be doing some more, so if you're interested in it, that's probably a pretty good way to keep up on it. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it.